girls, happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky. My name is Kathryn Kauffman, and I'm a psychic medium here in Lexington, Kentucky. Every Monday night, I host this Monday Night Live in Lexington, and we discuss a lot of different topics. So I'm just going to kind of ramble on about what's new while people are getting their notifications and they're getting onto the show. For the month of March, we're doing a raffle on this little lovely thing right here. This is a quartz crystal pendulum that's going into the giveaway for March. There's a posting on my timeline, on my Facebook timeline. If you want to get in on this raffle, then go back through my timeline and find the posting and put your name in the comments section. Thanks for the hearts. Let's see who's hopping on here. Let me do some shout outs real quick before I start in on our content tonight. So, hey, big shout out to Karen and Julie and Tiffany and Melissa and Dana and Ariana, Vicky, Melissa Ferguson, Misty English. Hey, you guys. Hey, Trish. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Dana. So tonight's topic is 5 steps to emotional healing. And so last week I had Sabrina Webb on the show for how to be a love goddess. So, hey Maggie, this Monday night I thought I would follow up with 5 steps to emotional healing. Because you know, Valentine's Day isn't great for everybody. Sometimes it's really awful. So I wanted to kind of address that and give you a little toolbox of things that you can do if you're in emotional turmoil or if you've been hurt. And who hasn't been hurt before? I'm going to go over the material, but if you guys have any questions or you know about the techniques I'm talking about, please feel free to chime in. Tonight's topic was taken from a blog post that I did about 5 steps to emotional healing. So step number one is first. Now when you're rejected, okay, it actually hurts. It is a physical pain. Why does that happen? Your brain actually is stimulated in the same area as physical pain for emotional pain. So that is why being rejected actually hurts. Hey Heba! So the first thing that you need to do is to reject the rejection. You don't want to go down that pathway of stimulating the brain in that area where you're going to experience actual physical discomfort. Hey Melissa, so as soon as you start to go down that path, you need to cut it off and reject the rejection. When your brain is trained to reject the thought or emotion, you can rid the pain that is associated with that memory. So as soon as that memory starts to come in, reject it, cut it off. Don't go down that pathway because physical pain is actually at the end of that stimulatory pathway. Oh, hey, Melissa. Love for Miss P and Cleo. Kisses to Miss P and Cleo tonight. Thanks for watching. Hey, John Jones. Trish, blessed be to you. Kisses. So that's the number one thing on the 5 steps to emotional healing. Now, in my blog post, I put a link to a subliminal video that's used to actually change your conscious and subconscious mind on how you relate to emotional recovery. And I will put the link in the comments when we get done here so that you can go and watch it. The name of the video is Emotional Healing and Recovery Subliminal. So what it is you're going to listen to the video with headphones so that you can get the brain entrainment that you need to achieve another brainwave state, a different brainwave state that will help you heal from the hurt. Hey, Christina. Hey, Trish. So I will put that in the comments section. Now, it's going to flash pictures and words at you. Don't try to concentrate on those. Just kind of let those flow, because those are working deep within the subconscious mind at repatterning how you view yourself and how you view the emotional healing. So, okay, that's number 2, is to use this subliminal video. Hey, Patty. Hey, Christina. And I will put that in there for you. The third one is canceling out the replay or the rewind mode. When we allow like old hurtful thoughts to replay over and over and over in the mind, it actually causes, and this was crazy when I looked this up, but ruminating over things like that actually cause your body to release inflammatory properties or inflammatory chemicals into your system that are really, really bad for your heart. So, hey, Kathy. Hey, Tiffany. So when you ruminate or you replay or rewind all those hurtful things, that's when your body is triggered to release this inflammatory chemical or inflammatory response. So you have to cancel out the replay and replace that with something positive from the here and now. And that way, if you do that, that will prevent your body from releasing that inflammatory response mechanism. Now, one thing that's really good to do with this, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this or not, but if anybody has, please chime in. Who has heard of EFT technique? Hey, Lauren. EFT technique is specifically designed to help you with canceling out this replay or this rewind mode, okay? EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and it was first discovered in the 1980s, okay? I'm also in the comments section with the YouTube video. I will leave a link to a website where you can read all about EFT, and I will also leave a link to a video that you can watch on EFT. Now, EFT, I see no one knows what EFT is. Okay, so good. So good. This is something, I mean, that's the benefit of watching these Monday Night Live shows, is hopefully we're all going to learn some stuff here. So EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, was originated in the 1980s, and it's in the category of energy psychology, okay? It's in that one of those groupings of NLP, which is that neuro-linguistic technique. It's psychological acupressure. So what you're supposed to do is to use the acupressure points on your body and do a tapping technique, okay? And while you do this tapping technique with the 2 fingers, you're going to take a negative thought or a negative programming and change it to a positive one. So you would say, like, even though this person hurt me very deeply, I love and appreciate myself, and I'm going to get over this very soon. So what that does is it relaxes the body and it changes the negative programming in our energy field. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Paige. Hey, Lauren. So that is the whole goal of the EFT, is not only to provide some emotional comfort or a release, but also to repattern that negative into a positive. And it uses several acupressure points on the body. And don't forget, I'm gonna leave a link in the comments section. So don't worry, you're gonna get some links to how you can learn how to do this for yourself. Yes, Missy says she needs some EFT in your life. It's so easy to do, and you know, nobody needs to know that you're doing the technique. It can just look like you maybe have a headache or something. So, but this is in the new category called energy psychology, which I thought was really interesting. Okay, the next steps are kind of for people who have been hurt but are still in a relationship and still trying to work on it. So let's see, we've got some comments here. Emily, hey Emily. Yes, Emily, this is a really good topic that I think everybody needs this in their toolkit for learning how to deal with stuff and maybe helping them release some of the negative stuff that they get bogged down with. Hey, Amy Lee, and hey, there's Lee and Wagner. Thanks for tuning in. So Melissa says, generating light of love EFT. Yes, absolutely. And so Amy Lee says it truly works. So she must kind of practice and know a little bit more about the EFT. So Patty says it's a good topic. Good to learn ways to handle this. Yes, absolutely. Don't we all need help with this stuff? Hey, Sabrina. Thanks, Emily. So EFT is such a good thing to have in our toolkit. The videos that I'm going to leave in the description box are really easy to follow. And Trish Brace says, Sandy, she is awesome, helps you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's go on to the next two steps that are used for emotional healing. And this is for people who are still in the relationship, but they've been hurt by it and they're still trying to work through it. So the next one was, don't play the blame game. Be clear about what your needs are and do not enter into the past. And Sabrina and I kind of talked about last week being clear about what your needs are. And not just about, you know, sexy love stuff, but be clear about what your emotional needs are, what your requirements are that makes your life happy. Hey, Lana. So when you are not clear about this, you can get into a situation where blame comes up. So what you want to do is to visualize yourself walking through a doorway that leaves the word blame behind it, okay? Then you're going to separate yourself from that blame, and you're going to close the door. So don't get dragged into the blame game. The blame game is totally negative. It's only like an attack, another attack, another attack, and another verbal attack. So there's absolutely nothing positive that will come from the blame game. So try to leave that behind and hope that your partner does the same thing as well. So that was number 4. The fifth thing that you're going to steps to emotional healing is, and this is if you are still in the relationship, is to plan actually on a good night where both of you and your partner are getting along and you're communicating really well. It's that time that you need to plan for problems and things that go wrong in the future, because you've established this good communication, you've got a good vibe going, you're understanding each other, and say, you know, let's have an algorithm. Things are going to go wrong. Things will come up that we disagree on. We are going to fight. We are going to argue, but let's find an algorithm to deal with that and allow each other some space on this algorithm to meet our own needs and also work through the problems. So you actually plan for when things go wrong. So in this, you're going to work out a strategy let's say if somebody were having a really, really bad day and they feel very argumentative and they come home and snap at you and you get into a little fight, the algorithm may involve that person realizing, wow, I'm really out of sync tonight. I'm really having a rough time. I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out all this aggression, and then I'm going to come back home. So the other partner, instead of saying, you know, where are you going? What are you doing? They've already discussed the algorithm, so they know that person is going to the gym. They're going to allow them that space and that time to work through these problems that they're experiencing, and then there's not any more confrontation after that. So, hey, Kathy. Hey, Kyla. Let's see. Heba says, hey, Heba, nice to see you. Melissa, see, renewal process similar to a beautiful spring, cha-cha-cha. Yes, ooh la la. So, have that algorithm, that constructive algorithm in place. And so rather than yelling and blaming each other for the feelings that are being experienced, you're working through that algorithm. Now, here are just another couple. I know I've been through the 5 steps of emotional healing, but I want to give you just a few things, a couple more things that you need to do. And this is for people that aren't still in their relationship. Connect with some kind of support system. So if it's a friend or a group of friends or an actual healing group, like an online, it can be an online group or a real support group that meets once a week to work through problems of people who have been through the same thing that you're going through. We need that support system. We need to know that other people, we're not the only ones that are going through this, that other people are going through that. And so you need to reach out to someone, even if it's just one friend that's been through something similar, and, you know, share that experience with them and take the good words of wisdom that that friend or that support group might be able to tell you. So Brandon says, love your video so much. Your hair looks great, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, okay, one more thing. And this is huge in my book because I'm all about rest and recovery. You guys know that. I'm all into anything that has to do with massage or any kind of healing or salt therapy. Just rest and recovery is so big for somebody who's been through trauma. Maybe trauma of a breakup, trauma of emotional abuse, loss of a loved one. Because not all breakups are just, you know, people saying, I don't like you anymore, or go away. What if you lose your spouse? You know, you need to find some way to rest and recover from that trauma. Because at going through trauma, what happens is your body just revs up, and all of those chemicals that are released into the body, like adrenaline or epinephrine, same thing, that causes the heart to beat faster. It causes increase in respiration, increase in blood pressure, and so it is extremely exhausting to go through trauma. Now, don't forget, I'm going to leave that link to the Emotional Healing and Recovery Subliminal video in the comments. Use that. That will release some of that excess energy and help you actually relax. So Kyla says that she hosts a monthly women's circle, and it's a great way to find positive connections for empowerment and self-care. So you guys go to the comments and find Kyla Bondi Montgomery's comment. Click on her post and friend her on Facebook and find out about her hosting of these monthly women's circles. That sounds really, really awesome. And Heba says, is it more needed for those who have childhood trauma? You know what, Heba, any kind trauma is trauma. And if any of you guys have been through quite a bit, that trauma is actually stored on the cell membrane and it can reactivate very easily. And when it reactivates, it feels like it just happened. So it doesn't matter if it's childhood trauma or now, basically. So Annette says, Annette George, hey girl, that rings so true. Health trauma, yes, totally lost who I was and had to grieve that loss. Rest and recovery needed. Yes, absolutely. So when you are going through that, the first person that you need to be compassionate with is the one looking at you in the mirror, you. So what kinds of things does this mean? Like you can go and get energy work. I would highly recommend some acupuncture, because acupuncture I think is one of the best techniques that we have in our toolkit to manage the 21st century. Another thing would be massage therapy. Get some massage therapy. Go to a salt room. We have a wonderful salt room over in Brandon Crossing. And she also asked for the owner, Tiffany, and I'll tag her in this post, but she also has a far infrared treatment room as well, which not a lot of people know about. And I promise you, I will get an interview, and I'll try to see if I can get Tiffany on the show to talk about the salt room and the far infrared room. Hey Sharon, thanks for watching. So be compassionate with yourself first and get some kind of rest and recovery. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a little bit about, let's see if anybody has any questions before I go into next week. So Lana says, I understand facing your trauma, however, I thought to keep refreshing it would produce negativity and not good for you. Right, Lana, that's kind of where that EFT, the Emotional Freedom Technique, comes in. And I don't know if you were watching when we went over the EFT, but EFT takes the acupressure points along with remodulating negative things that have happened into a positive. And it's so important not to ruminate or go over that trauma again and again. Now, once we release that, though, Lana, then things start to get better. So facing it and releasing it, but not ruminating over it. Hey, Susan. So if anybody doesn't have any question, let's go over what's happening next week, because I'm so excited about it. I'm about to die. I have been waiting to present this material for so long, and all of you guys that follow me, you know how much I am into quantum physics and the universe, and how a lot of psychical occurrences and things are all explained by quantum physics. But now we're looking at what is called the plasma electric universe. And this is actually challenging some of the quantum physics that we've, come across in the past. Hey, Connie, thanks for watching. So next week, I'm going to have a special guest on the show, and you guys know him. He's the proprietor and practitioner at Blue Lotus Acupuncture, Mr. Shifu Karega, and we are going to discuss the plasma electric universe. And the week after that, I'm going to present to you the Secret Solar Warden Project and how it relates to interdimensional beings. So this is going to get really exciting in the next couple of weeks. Hey, Ricky. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I'm going to hop off of here and grab some dinner with my ever-loving, because he's in there cooking tonight. And that's another reason why I love Monday nights, too. So I will see you next week. Don't forget to share this with your friends if you enjoyed the broadcast. And hit the notifications on my page for See First. Or you can go in and hit notifications for seeing all live posts and seeing all the other posts. And one more thing before I get off of here, I'm going to start doing a Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday kind of astrological forecast for you guys, so that you kind of know how the beginning of the week is going, how the middle of the week is going, and how the end of the week is turning out. And don't forget, hey Julie, I'm wearing the same knit. Awesome, girl. Hey Greta, don't forget the 26th of this month, we have a huge solar eclipse, and the moon is going to be new in Pisces. So that's a tremendous amount of energy we're looking at. I'm so excited. I want to try to get some things together to give you guys to do for this solar eclipse and new moon. So please hit your notifications and follow me so that you don't miss any of these posts. And I will see you next Monday with Shifu Kurega and kisses from Kentucky. Bye guys. See you next Monday. Love you.